Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE NXT episode 572, and we'll also be talking about NXT UK episode 102 very briefly. Actually, I'm going to start with that one because I didn't actually watch it, but there are some solid matches on there. You've got Mark Andrews versus Fabian Eichner. You got Piper Niven versus, oh no, I wrote Piper versus Niven. I don't know who she actually fought in that match. Oh, it was Ginny. I'm pretty sure it was Ginny. And then we had Bomber Dave Mastiff versus Eddie Dennis. I think I remember that match, and I think it was pretty great. All right, so that brings us to this week's episode of NXT. Not a huge episode, no huge title matches or anything like that, but we did have the announcement of a huge a pre-announcement announcement, and it turned out that it was actually Keith Lee's announcement, not William Regal's, and that Keith wants to give as many other people as possible as the opportunities that he is able to get, and therefore relinquishes the North American Championship. And there will be a series, 5 triple threat matches to determine the 5 participants in a ladder match at the next NXT TakeOver, which will take place on August 22nd, 2020. It's TakeOver 30 or TakeOver XXX, so it might be pretty saucy. We'll find out. The first match of the night was there's a lot of speculation that William Regal's announcement was that he was stepping down as general manager, and it was all a big old ruse. He phrased it in such a way that would make us think that it would be something like that, but it was something else. Killian Dane versus Dexter Lumis took place. Dexter Lumis won by putting Killian Dane right to sleep. Later on, there will be the first of those triple threat matches. I'm kind of assuming that the 5th triple threat match will actually be a fatal 4-way, maybe. No, it wouldn't be a fatal 4-way. It would be some type of second chance match or something. I don't know. Maybe. Perhaps. I guess we'll see. But later in this episode, we get Johnny Gargano versus Roderick Strong versus Bronson Reed. And that is for one of those spots in the ladder match. This is going to be awesome because the inaugural match for the championship, was a ladder match, and it was amazing. Then we had Breezango versus Everrise. They came out as Mounties. Lots of beaver talk, lots of beaver puns, and it was pretty great. Fandango hit a Mountie dive, and then they won after a double super kick. I think Beth was telling us that that Breezango, as collectively, were talking about how to treat beavers tenderly or something like that. And Beth plays these jokes so incredibly well. It's great. And then to add even more onto that, we had Shotzi yelling at Aaliyah during Aaliyah versus Shotzi Blackhearts. It's ball pit or welcome to the ball pit, she kept saying. And we're one step closer to getting some type of ballsy, badass, or welcome to the ball pit t-shirt. Maybe, hopefully. So Shotzi wins, and then she destroys Robert Stone's other ankle with the tank. And she won via the senton, which was great. But then Mercedes Martinez attacks Shotzi, and Mercedes signs with the Robert Stone brand, but she insists that Robert gets nowhere near the ring, nothing to do with her matches. He is just to look at paperwork, do promotions, things like that. Mercedes will take care of everything in the ring. We'll see how that works out. I could see Robert Stonebrand messing up and getting fired within a couple of weeks. We'll find out. Then we had that triple threat, Johnny Gargano versus Roderick Strong versus Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed won by pinning Roderick Strong. He kind of stole the win from Gargano. So I can see Gargano being pretty upset there. Roderick Strong saw this as a chance for Undisputed Era to get back on track, headed back to getting all of that gold, but he fell short. They both did, other than Bronson Reed. Then we had Oney Lorkin versus Timothy Thatcher. They beat the crap out of each other yet again, and Timothy Thatcher won. I forget exactly how he won, but he did. Then we had Mercedes join the Robert Stone brand just for the outside help, not for the inside help. Finn will take the North American Championship. He's not playing any chess or mind games this time. He's simply going to take it from everybody. He says that Dexter Lumis and Timothy Thatcher have an awful opportunity. Their opportunity sucks because they have to face off against Finn. And he feels sorry for him. He feels sorry for him because they have no chance. We'll see what happens next week. That match is going to be great. And then we had our main event, Carrion Cross versus Dominic Dyjakovic. Cross just smashes Dyjakovic into his face, gets smashed in the steps. Then he drags him back into the ring, is adding more and more insult to injury. And Keith Lee comes out to try to help Dominic, but Dyjakovic says, no, don't, stay away. This is my call. Stay away. And he just gets slammed in the face again and again and again. And he loses the match. He is out, and Keith Lee jumps into the ring to be at his friend's side so that Carrion wouldn't continue the attack after that. But yeah, after he slammed his face into the steps, Scarlett was just like losing it. She was enjoying the crap out of that. And that was pretty interesting. So there you go. It was a good episode. I enjoy it. Nothing too crazy. I think the craziest thing that happened was that Mercedes joined the Robert Stone brand, and I don't know what that means, except that I really hope that we get to see Mercedes versus Shotzi very, very soon. What's going on with all the others in the women's division? I don't know. I think I didn't take any notes, and I don't remember what exactly happened as far as like promos and stuff go. I feel like there maybe was a Tegan or a Dakota Kai promo at some point, but I didn't write it down. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on this week's NXT and just a quick preview of what you can expect on NXT UK this week. Hopefully somewhat soon, maybe in the next month, they start getting back into action for NXT UK. That would be fantastic. But we'll see what happens. So remember, treat beavers tenderly. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all of the infinite multiverses. And I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.